Siddhai. May we be protected, may we be nourished, may we strive with energy and vigor, may our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om peace, peace, peace. I take refuge in the self, the indivisible, the existence, consciousness, bliss absolute, beyond the reach of words and thought, and the substratum of all, for the attainment of my cherished desire. So I take refuge in the self. Self, Atman. In dualistic world we say God. So we take refuge at the feet of God. So here it is self. Why self? Because God is residing within us, which is indivisible. We cannot divide him. He is the whole, Akhandam Satchidanandam, indivisible, and beyond the reach of words and thought. So, beyond the reach of words and thoughts means what? Is it not achievable? Not really. Because words and thoughts are dependent on him. See, I am speaking. What is the need? What is the benefit of it? We have three things. First, we hear, which is very difficult to find out in this world. Only through scriptures that we get it, through Shruti. Then we cogitate. It must be supported by right argumentation or logic, robust logic. And when it is supported, logic cannot lead us there. Only it indicates. Then comes realization. So it is like this. First, say there is a sweetmeat called Rasagulla. So Rasagulla, first we have to hear. Rasagulla. Then, what is this Rasagulla? Oh no, it's a sweet ball. It is made up of cheese and sugar, syrup, etc. So is it little bitterness or little pungent? No, it's pure, very nice sweet. So it should be logically understood. Then when you taste it, then only you will understand what Rasagulla is. until or unless one experiences the taste of Rasgulla, one cannot understand what Rasgulla is. Even if you give 1,000 lectures, it is not understood. So Shruti, Yukti and Anubhuti. We hear from someone, we hear from our scriptures, from our gurus, those who live these ideas. Then we cogitate. And there we are sharp. We don't want to deviate from this. And it is sharp common sense. It's like a razor's edge. So it cuts everything if it is not right. And then third comes the tasting. When you taste Rasgulla, that's a completely different. It is not supported by logic, etc. So here also we are studying the same thing. What is the Shruti? Shruti means not only hearing. Like we hear stories. We hear from this one ear and it goes through another ear. Not that there is a hole in between, but we forget. Okay, forget. So that is why we say, oh, we heard it, but we forgot it also. So Shruti is not like that. Shruti means extracting the meaning of it, whatever is heard. So first Shruti has got 6 signs. What are those? Upakrama Upasanhar. Upakrama Upasanhar means it has beginning and it has conclusion. Upakrama Upasanhar. Then beginning means what? The subject is introduced. If you write an essay, you write similarly. You introduce the subject and at the end you conclude. Then comes repetition. Same idea is repeated many times. So that it is ingrained. Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi. Many times that will come. You are that, you are that. And it can be achieved. And then comes, after, say, eulogizing. That means why it should be practiced. Because you go beyond death. It is good. How advertisement happens. They say, this is the product our company produces. It is best in the world. Like best in the universe. Then only people are attracted. So this is advertisement. Eulogizing. That means praising that thing. Why this Atma Tattva is important? Because everything depends on this. Raj Vidya, Raj Guhyam. It is like king of knowledge. And it is very, very subtle. It is not commonplace. Only through keen intellect, keen understanding one can get it. So eulogizing is important. Then repetition, I told, I think. Repeated again and again. And then what is the result? That also should be known. So this we have gone through in great details. Upakrama, Upasanhar, and Abhyas, Apurvata. Apurvata means this is unique. Nowhere you can find this. It is not available in the shopping mall. That we go and we get it a little. Not like that. Apurvata. And then Phalam. Phalam means what is the result of it. And Arthavad. What Arthavad, that also is like what is the effect of it. And Upapatti, what's the logic of it? How we can say. So logic, lots of logic is given. So we have already, we have gone through this. So this is called Shravana. Shravana means extracting the meaning. It's not only hearing, but we should understand And then what is being conveyed, it is very uh, seriously taken. It's not that, we take everything like potatoes and tomatoes, like, not like that. Rather, we have to take it seriously. So, Sravana we have completed. Then comes Manana. Manana is very important because after getting the thing, oh, what is being said, Upanishad, what Upanishad says, that you are that, thou art that, I am Brahmasmi, Aham Brahman, Mai Brahman, I am Brahman. So this idea, whatever we have heard, there may be many doubts. How can it be possible? Why it is? Doubt will come because first we don't think about it. It's very difficult to hear, so we don't hear about it. Secondly, the first is abhavana, then asambhavana. It is okay, we have heard from scripture, but it's not possible. How it is possible? I am ordinary human being, I am Brahman? It's impossible. And not only impossible, we take it otherwise. We are not immortal, we are mortals. Because everybody dies, we see people are dying. And Upanishad says, no, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, and it is immortal, Amara, Ajara, Amara, Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Swabhava. Nitya means eternal, Shuddha means pure, Mukta, and it's free. Nitya, Siddha, Shuddha, Buddha, and full of intelligence. How it is? I see it's completely different. So Viparit Bhavana. So negate this. This is called Mananam. That how to negate, how to understand the reality. So that is what called Manana. Mananam is logically understanding. And whatever is opposing those thoughts, such thoughts are to be removed. So reflection is the constant thinking of Brahman. And not only that, oh, I thought in the morning and then I forgot. No, not like that. We don't forget. Like, do you forget our names? No. Identification? No. So this is a constant thing. It is not that it should happen periodically. Now it should happen, now it should not. So, reflection is the constant thinking of Brahman, the one without a second. This we have done, but let me. Okay. One without a second. So, this existence is without a second. And already heard about from the teacher by arguments agreeable to the purport of the Vedanta. So whatever is conveyed by Vedanta, that is to be logically confirmed. That is to be logically understood. So, logically understood. So this should be Vedanta Anuguna Yuktibhi Anavarata Anuchintanam, means without any let and hindrance. Then what is the other thing? Vijatiya Deha Pratyayarahita. So meditation is a stream of ideas of the same kind of those of Brahman, the one without a second, to the exclusion of such foreign ideas as those of the body, mind, etc. That means whatever is opposing ideas that we conceive, such ideas to be negated. Thoughts will come. This world is real. This body is real. This mind is real. but then we have to negate. Sometimes it may look very painful. My property. How can I negate my property? Eh? But what happens? What is your property? Say you have, say, $1 million in bank. Means what? You have a paper, it's written $1 million. That's it. You close your eyes and you go to sleep, it does not exist. Now this body idea, this is very difficult to go. But even body idea also goes away. In your dream, you forget this whole world. And you forget your body also. No, Swami, we may forget, but that is there. How you know? So this way one has to negate and one has to understand. As of now, this understanding is very important. So that logically we understand, okay, this is it. So we have to capture something which is beyond any limitations, beyond this temporariness, what is eternal, that we have to capture, we have to understand. What is the basis of this? So, Vijatiya means whatever is opposing. Meditation is a stream of ideas of the same kind of those of Brahman, Vijatiya, Deha Pratyaya Rahitadi, Advitiya Vastu. So all other pratyaya means belief, thinking. I have thought, mind. Mind also keeps on changing. Now it is happy, now somebody says something, then it is unhappy. So it is because of confidence that we lose confidence. But then we have to hold our reality, hold our substratum. No, all these are opposing ideas. I don't agree with this. So this way, logically, one should discard those things. So this is called mananam. Meditation is a stream of ideas. Meditation here means all the thoughts. In Yoga Sutra also it says that vitarka vadhane pratipaksha bhavanam. Vitarka vadhane pratipaksha bhavanam means suppose a thought is coming within you against someone, then what to do? Then you have to raise a thought of blessing, thought of forgiveness. Why? Because by that thought, you can oppose the opposing thoughts. Vitarka vadhane pratipaksha bhav. So this is pratipaksha bhavana means one should have that opposing thought so that the ill effect of such thoughts are negated. And secondly, it should be vastunishta. Vastunishta means argumentation should be based on the matter, fact of the matter. See, argumentation, what happens? Lawyers do this. If you go to court, then they'll argue and both will look logical. But the fact is with one. And another one is waving a net of words and trying to influence others. And for some people are affected by that. So it should be based on the fact. Our argumentation is not against any fact of life. See, when I say the source of thought and speech, so I am speaking, you can hear my speech. And you cannot see my thoughts, but you can infer. Behind my speech, there must be some thought process. But this thought and speech is coming and going. I am speaking and it's gone. Thought is gone. What is that basis on which thought and and speech is based. Me. Without me, there is no thought, no speech. Hmm? The source, it should be vastunishta. It should be based on. So logic should be based on the fact of life. Secondly, it's very important. This cannot be understood logically. Logic is a help. Logic is a help. As Swami Vivekananda says, logic is like a policeman. It keeps the gate. That means other thoughts have no entry. Only whatever is helpful, those thoughts will come. So policeman is a help, but policeman man is not the object, that or subject we can say here. Policeman only helps negating bad elements. Then how? What is the important thing that is important? That is the grace of God, grace of Guru. Without the help of Guru, we cannot understand this. Even great logicians, great intelligence cannot understand this. That is why Bhagwan said in the Gita that those who have firm faith, Shraddha in me, and Anusuyanta. Anusuyanta means those who are not against my thought. You have to tell to them. Opposing ideas are there, lots of opposing ideas. So that may confuse you, but only the grace of Guru is important. Through the grace of Guru, one can grasp a little, it can have a glimpse of it. So that is Mananam. So we based on the grace of Guru. See, like, it's difficult to understand what is the basis. Like I said, my speech, my thought, but basis of that is my self. Similarly, you are listening, your work or act of listening, and also deciphering whatever you are listening, then you are deciphering. But if you have Shraddha, very important, if you have Shraddha, then only you can grasp the meaning of it. Otherwise, we hear and then we forget. That's why we seek the blessings of God, blessings of Guru. So this is important. Angushtamata Purusham. So this is meditation is a stream of ideas of the same kind of those of Brahman, the one without a second, to the exclusion of such foreign ideas as those of the body, mind, thought, emotions, and all that. Whatever other than that. What you can objectify. Objectify means this world is object. I am the subject. I am seeing it. Like this computer, this table is separate from me. This is in the beginning. So I am objectifying it. Then this body, I can understand this body ideas come, go away. Therefore, this is not me. On something, what is me, these ideas coming and going. Sometimes I am weak, sometimes I am strong, sometimes I am ailing, sometimes I am healthy. That means all the changes are happening. How these changeful ideas is eternal. It cannot. So these are coming and going. Therefore, that's also not the subject. Subject is eternal. Then thought, mind. Mind has various ideas. And we perceive something, we conceive something. All those are coming and going. Then we have emotions, various kinds of emotions. And we get influenced. But it is temporary. If we have strong faith in Guru, strong faith in the self, then nothing can evict you, nothing can destabilize you. One should have that strong faith, faith in Guru, faith in God. So, Vijatiya Dehadi Pratyaya Rahita Advitiya Vastu Sajatiya Pratyaya Pravaho. And what we have to do? Sajatiya Pratyaya. So, whatever is helpful, like this study, it's painful, coming from for such a distance and listening, then we have to understand. Otherwise, it has no meaning. So, this is rigorous. But what is not rigorous? Can you tell me? Say, for health, we have to work, and then we have to earn money, then earn, all the affairs of the world. Even raising a child is so difficult. Even maintaining one's body is so difficult. Okay, if I ask you, say a simple work. Okay, weeding. You weed, say 3 hours, then you will understand. Okay, holding a glass of water. So if you are holding a glass of water like this, how long can you do? Maybe half an hour, maybe 2 hours. Then it's difficult. What is not difficult? So difficulty is not the answer, or it's not a pretext. Rather, yes, challenges are always difficult. One should be able to take this challenge. And that is why this pratyaya, that whatever is helpful, I'll hold fast to it. And it will try. The world will try to destabilize you. No doubt about it. But nothing should be able to destabilize you. Now after this comes samadhi. That means Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Nididhyasana means first, what Shravana means you heard and you extracted the meaning. Now I understood what the Upanishad is saying, and supported by Guru, supported by my logic. Now I understand. Now comes Manana. Then you are all the time cogitating and thinking that this is right thing. Whatever is supporting, you are getting those supports. And then comes Nididhyasana. This means then one has to get established in it. As Gita says, that sthira buddhi. What is the word? Established. No, just a minute. Special word is there. Taduchyati. Sthita prajna. Sthita prajna means whose prajna, understanding, is established. So that is Nididhyasana. So Nididhyasana, Samadhi, Dvidha, Savikal. So nature and varieties. Samadhi, Dvidha means 2 types of Samadhi. Savikalpakaha, Nirvikalpakascha iti. Say absorption, Samadhi, is of 2 kinds. So like this. a scientist goes to his lab and he concentrates on one subject, one topic, and he's so concentrated that he forgets everything, the whole world. And even eating, drinking. So that's, merging, as it were, in that topic, or his thought and everything is uh, attuned with that topic. So this is like that. Absorption, samadhi, is of two kinds. That attended with self-consciousness and that without it. So savikalpaka. Now here is savikalpa means, vikalpa means which has got alternate. That means now he is absorbed, now he comes out. Or if you go to a goldsmith's shop, then what will you see? Various kinds of ornaments. But all are made up of same gold. If you go to potter's shop, then you can find lots of articles are present there. But all are made up of mud. So this is savikalpaka and nirvikalpa. Tatra savikalpaka nam yatri jnanadi vikalpa yan apekshaya advitiya vastuni. So absorption attended with self-consciousness, savikalpaka samadhi, is that in which the mental state taking the form of Brahman, the one without a second, rests on it. But without the merging of the distinction of knower, knowledge, and the object of knowledge. Three things are there. See, you are hearing, so you are understanding, you are knowing. So one is process of knowing, you are the knower. And whatever subject or topic is being said, you are understanding that. So three things are there. One is the knower. I am a speaker, you are listener. So one knows. So when one has this distinction that I am the knower, I am meditating. And he has distinction that he is meditating on something. And third, a process of meditation. So these three distinctions are not merged. So this is with that. But at the same time, he understands that the whole thing is that Sat Chit Ananda Swarupa. Existence, awareness, and bliss absolute. But at the same time, he has got idea of subject object, or the object of knowledge, the process of knowledge. So this is with savikalpaka. Tada, now example is given. In that state, the knowledge of the absolute manifests itself in spite of the consciousness of the relative, as when we know a clay elephant, etc., the knowledge of the clay is also present. So this with all the adjective, whatever that distinction is not obliterated. So this is savikalpaka. Drishi swarupam gaganopam param sakrit bhatam. Oh, this. Thus it has been said, I am that Brahman, the intelligence, absolute, formless, like ether. Why formless? Say like, I have a form. Yes, you have a form. But Where is that form? Oh, it is in my mind. Sometimes when you are sleeping, you forget. That means in your mind, this form appears, name appears, and then we have this notion that my body is like this, my height of this, my body is say 5 foot 8 inches or 10 inches, and I have this weight. All these are in our mind. Even this whole world is in our mind. And what shape you have? What is the shape of your mind? What is the shape of your intelligence? So as we go deeper, we cannot put it under any limitation. We cannot give a form. And because it has no form, it can be converted to any form. Say water. Water takes form of the vessel that you put in. It has no form of its own. But whatever vessel that you put, if you put it in a glass, it looks like a glass. If in a beaker, say it looks like a beaker. Or flask, it's a flask. So our mind is also like that. It takes shape as it were. And what is the shape of intellect? That also takes the shape. That means it is beyond all forms. So Drishi Sarupa. That it has been said, I am that Brahman, the intelligence, absolute, formless, like ether, supreme, eternally luminous. Eternally luminous. Why luminous? Okay, body is inert. How we know? Because body cannot act. It requires something like senses, also some nerves. So the person behind this body acts through nerves. See, like my hands are being waved. So it is possible because of my nerves. And who is operating it? I am operating it. Body cannot operate itself. So formless like the supreme, eternally luminous. So luminous means like I am speaking, my thoughts are coming. Thoughts are also inert. Behind this thought is my intellect. And behind that intellect, that which is luminous, from that even thoughts are being generated. Because of this, thoughts are being generated. So that's why it is luminous, because it reveals, like this light is luminous. Similarly, thoughts are being illuminated. It's revealed. So that's why that substratum is luminous. And birthless. Why birthless? Because when it was born, nobody knows. And it is unborn. Because whatever is born will die. And it has no destruction also. So, birthless, the one without a second, immutable. Immutable means it cannot be changed, unattached. Like we can touch this, but the air is thinner, and we can feel also like there is air. But space, as you go deeper, gradually what happens? It becomes subtler and subtler. Thoughts are subtler than even space. And the source must be subtlest, on which everything is existing. So, alepakam, it is unattached. Alepika, nothing can attach. We see, you can paint this cloth, you can paint the walls, but you cannot paint space. It cannot stick anything in space. Similarly, the source is like that, beyond all taintless uh, existence. Alepakam, sarvagatam, it goes everywhere. Like space, yatha sarvagatam akasham nopalipyate. And Gita says so. So it is all pervading. Similarly, thoughts are subtler than this akasha, even mind, and the self is even subtlest. Because of the self is self is all pervading. So this is sarvagatam. Yat advayam, it is non-dual. Tadeha tadeva chaham satatam vimuktam om. Without a second, immutable, unattached, all pervading, ever free. So this has been said, this Brahman. Now, what is nirvikalpaka? Tadeva arthamatra nirvasam sarupa shunyam iva samadhi. So only one can feel the existence. One can feel the existence. Feel not, feeling means, feeling has the difficulty. That Ishanoto. अच्छा छेड़ दो छेड़ दो. So nirvikalpaka. Now what is nirvikalpaka? What is savikalpaka we have seen? Savikalpaka means where there is alteration. That means other ideas of is the total mergence in Brahman, the one without a second of the mental state which has assumed its form. Now this, as of now, we cannot understand. Like I gave example of Rasgulla, until or unless we experience, nobody can convince us, because experience is something which is not understandable by logic. It is only through experience that we understand. Anyway, because this is stated by great ones, so we can have a glimpse, we can just infer what kind of thing it is. As we see in Sri Ramakrishna, he talks about samadhi and he goes into samadhi. Like example, Totapuri. Totapuri was a great sannyasin and he wanted to impart that nirvikalpa samadhi to Sri Ramakrishna. So what he did? He gave him sannyasa, vows of renunciation, and then he asked him to meditate. And Sri Ramakrishna, advanced seeker that time, as he was. So he started meditating, and he was meditating and working very hard. But then he said, no, I cannot do it. As soon as I sit, the smiling face of mother appears before me and I am with her. So that also we'll know later. So what happens? So that guru said, "Kaise nahi hoga? How it cannot be? You'll have to do it." So he took a piece of glass and pierced his, the place between two eyebrows, and said, "Concentrate here on the pain." And he concentrated, and also he taught how to get rid of it. So this time also he concentrated, and the smiling face of Divine Mother appeared before him. Then he took the sword of discrimination and cut her into two. Because that was Savikalpaka. Savikalpaka Samadhi means even the appearance of Ishta and you can enjoy that. So there is vikalpa. And the form, name, etc., that also is possible. But in nirvikalpaka, there is no other option, total absorption. So that is why Sri Ramakrishna cut into two. And then he merged in deep samadhi, nirvikalpaka samadhi. That is why, and when Totapuri saw this, he was wonderstruck. He said, what is not achievable in 3 days? This Ramakrishna has achieved that. And he was merged in samadhi for 3 days and 3 nights. And he was guarding, Totapuri was guarding the hut. So this happened in the life of Sri Ramakrishna. So we can infer, at least we can have an idea what kind of thing it is. So he says, absorption without self-consciousness. Not self-consciousness means small s. That means I am meditating, there is a process of meditation, and there is object of meditation. All these ideas will go. Is the total mergence in Brahman, the one without a second, of the mental state which has assumed its form. So that means even mental state is also not there. What happens there we cannot understand. It is not a thought. It's not any kind of mental modification. Mind also merges in it. We can have a glimpse as we experience deep sleep, sushupti. You all experience this. Someday you sleep very well. You say in the morning, oh, I slept so very well that I did not know anything. This happens. So there we experience something where there is no mind. Where mind goes, mind is also absorbed in ignorance. That's why we say, I did not know anything. So ignorance is presence. Sukham aham aswapsam. I slept very nicely, in great joy. Sukham aham aswapsam nakinchit avedisham. I did not know anything. So this shows that we have ignorance that time. So what is the difference? Later it will come. Swami Vivekananda says, a fool goes to deep sleep, comes out a fool. Because it may merge in the self-ego, but it comes out as it was. But a fool goes into nirvikalpa samadhi, he comes out and he is fully illumined. He is a wise person that time. He is totally, that time it's the whole truth is revealed to him. So nirvikalpakastu gyatri jnanadi vikalpa. Gyatri jnanadi means the knower, process of knowing, and the object of knowledge. All these vikalpas goes away. Apekshaya advitya vastuni tadakara karite, and one merges in it. Tadakara karite means there is no other existence left. No name, form. Tadakara karitaya chitta vrittir atitaram eki bhave. So even it goes beyond that, and he merges in its own self, in his own self, which has assumed its form, the distinction of knower, knowledge, and the object of knowledge being in the case obliterated. That is why he gets full illumination. It is not partial. See, it's like example is given, like a river goes into the ocean and merges there. Name, form of that river is totally gone. Yatha nadya sandhyamana samudri astam gacchati namarupo vihaya Tatha vidwan nama rupat vimukta parat param purusham upaiti divyam. So this is Upanishad says, and it is not given to anybody and everybody. It is said, Ishwar prasadat pumsam Ishwar prasadat eva pumsam advaita vasana. Only through the grace of God that one gets this. Otherwise, we are happy with God because we get prasad, lots of pujas. We love some to work for God. That's fine. That also has meaning. So this is extreme. Only those who are fortunate enough to have the grace of God, they are only for this kind of samadhi. Tadatu, now example is given. Tadatu jalakara karita lavana, so okay, 98. Then, just as when salt has been dissolved in water, it is no longer perceived separately, and the water alone remains. Now you can say, no, the salt is dissolved, that means salt is there. But you can see like this another example. Say, within this house, this is space. Outside also space. And maybe in course of time, this one will demolish this and then build a new one. So when you demolish this, what happens? The space, outer space and inner space will merge. So that example of salt and water may not be 100% applicable here. It's like space. Grihakasha, space within house, space outside house, Mahakasha. They merge together. When they merge together, there is no separation. So, then just as when salt has been dissolved in water, it is no longer perceived separately and the water alone remains. Similarly, the mental state that has assumed the form of Brahman, the one without a second, is no longer perceived and only the self remains. So what happens really? What is negated? As of now, we have idea of separation. That idea of separation is removed. See, like this wall and this house is giving the idea of separation from the outer space. When this idea of separation is removed, then only it is unified. Who is making this idea of separation? It is our mental modification. Chitta vritti. Mental modification is saying, no, I am separate. You are separate. This whole world is separate. But this is only mental modification, chitta vritti. And when it goes away, then all are unified. And see, like this, another example, that 10 people were crossing a stream, and when they crossed, they wanted to confirm whether all 10 were with them or not. It's an old story, everybody knows. But it is, when they count, they did not count himself. And when a wise man came and said, you are the 10th, then comes, oh, I am the 10th. So what happened? Only the mistake is corrected. So in deep samadhi or nirvikalpa samadhi, that mistake that we think, I am separate, this world is separate, and I am suffering, oh, you don't understand my suffering. All these ideas goes away. And then we realize, oh, I am that same self. So this is one example. So in Sushupti, what happens? That that some, you know, is merged like this. Whatever impressions that we have, mental modifications that we have, that merges in Sushupti. And again it comes out. But in Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, that goes away. But Satta remains. Okay. So a bit subtler. Say in Sushupti what happens? You don't remember that you were there. Right? You said, I did not know anything. So absence of your existence. But you are not absent because you remember. If you experience something, then only you can relate. Like you have come to Vedanta Center, so you can relate later, oh, I went to Vedanta Center, right? So when you experience that I was sleeping so very well that I did not know, that means you are not aware of your existence, though you were present. Because you remember. Through your remembrance, you confirm your presence, but you don't remember your presence, right? In Samadhi, what happens? He is wide awake. He is not absent. Even while in Samadhi, he knows that I exist. Only thing, all separation goes away. This is the difference. And Upanishad also say, Asti iti upalabdhabhya. That I am. This existence is there. That's why Sat, Chit, Ananda. Not only Sat. See, Sat, we all exist. If I say you don't exist, you say, Swami, I know I exist. How you know? I'm aware of my existence, right? So these two are all the time there. Only we are miserable. And we are limited. Our existence is limited. So there that limitation goes away. And then we understand that we have no suffering. No suffering at all. Why our sufferings happen? Why? Attachment, and we expect from others. So then, when it is everywhere, it is the same. That Vijñātāram arekena vijaniyat. Then it is unified. You are knower. When you are knower, you know yourself. There is no instrument required to know yourself. Do you need another mirror to know yourself? No, you know. So Vijñātāram arekena vijaniyat. So nothing is required. Then he is self-aware. Only limitations goes away. Separations goes away. Separate idea goes away. Ideas goes away. Go away. Anyway. Now let us read this and then we'll conclude. Tatascha asya. Now let me, next. 199. Therefore, there is no apprehension of its being identical with the state of deep sleep. Both are not identical. We have just discussed. Sushupti, when you experience Sushupti, you are absent, as it were. You don't remember. But memory says, no, you are present. But in Samadhi, you know you alone exist. And there is no separation. So therefore, there is no apprehension of its being identical with the state of deep sleep. So it is different. It's not identical with deep sleep. One can say, no, I experience every day. When? I go to deep sleep and I experience samadhi. No, that's not samadhi. Okay. For though the mental state appears in neither, so mental state in deep sleep also it is merged in the ignorance, so it has no separate existence. And in samadhi, it totally removed, obliterated. So both in both cases the same. Though the mental state appears in neither, yet the difference between them lies in this that it exists. Means in samadhi, one knows that I exist. I am there. I alone am. In the nirvikalpa samadhi, but in deep sleep, it does not. Why? What happens? In samadhi, tada drashtu swarupi avasthanam. The knower or drashta, the seer, attains that state where he is present in his own self. There is no mental modification. Tada drashtu swarupi avasthanam. Drashta means seer. At that time, in samadhi, the seer attains his own self. A king forgot that he is a king. And then somebody came, no, no, you are our king. Oh, how you know? You see this mark, this our king's mark, and you did this is your signature. You see signature. Then he remembers, yes, yes, I am that king. So as soon as he remembers, all the negating adjuncts goes away. Go away. That I am not king. Then that kingness come, like that lamb, lion lamb. So it thought it is a lamb. But another lion came and said, no, 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 you are not a lamb. You see your face and take a little meat. Means that he gives the taste of that his own existence. And he remembers, yes, yes, I am that. I am a lion. So this is what was forgotten that comes back. So it is not equal to Shushupti. Samadhi is not equal to Shushupti. In Shushupti, the mind or all the mental modification is merged in ignorance. But in Samadhi, ignorance itself goes away. And total revelation of self. So this is the difference. And what is okay, now next we'll take up. So this is, we have completed the difficult section. Now it will be easier. Okay, tada drashtu swarupi avasthanam. Any question?
I had a question.
Yes, please.
Like when I'm sleeping, so I forget the body,
Okay,
but somebody else will be seeing
just a minute. You
the body.
you be away from your speaker and then you repeat your, because it is merged. You be away from the mic and say it slowly.
Like the when I'm sleeping, I forget the body, but somebody else may be seeing my body at that time.
Okay. So, so what is the question now?
So the body will still exist.
So you are saying body is real because I may forget, but other can see. Therefore,
Yes,
body is real. This is what you are saying.
yes,
Okay. The thing is, others, this is also in your mind. you have in your mind that there are so many people. You see, you are dreaming. In your dream, you can think, oh, so many people are there in my dream. So they are existing. But when you get up in the morning, then, oh, those people are also my imagination. So you have to see it from subjective point of view. Let me repeat. In your dream last night, suppose you went to a city and it is very developed, not like Delhi. It's full of traffic and chaos. But you came to a city where it is everything is orderly. And then, so that means all those people that you saw in your dream are real. Yes, they are real in your dream. But you need, when you get up in the morning, then you are in Delhi and you have to face the same traffic, chaotic traffic, right? And so that means when you see, say, as of now, I cannot deny that, oh, you are in Delhi, you exist. Because we see it, we experience it. But when you see from subjective point of view, even this whole world, others that we conceive, all these ideas in our mind. Do you agree with this?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you agree with it, so you are thinking other people saw my body, therefore it should exist. So this is also in your mind. But mind gets dissolved, mind gets, you know, altered. Now you are thinking something, later you can think something else. Even intelligence keeps on changing. Say now you are in, say, higher secondary, but a time will come you will be graduating. So which one is you? When you were in primary class, that was you, or now in higher secondary, or that time when you are in university. Which one is you?
No one.
And all three, you are the same, but intelligence is changing. You are the same. You don't change. You are Ajara Amara, Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta Swabhav. You are eternal. You are pure. You are free. So all these are your real nature. All other adjuncts will come and go. The intelligence will come, go away. And in your childhood you thought in some way, now you think in another way. And when you are in university, you'll be thinking in a different way. So understanding or intelligence will keep on changing. Mind also will keep on changing. But you will not change. So body also keeps on changing. Which one is your body? When you are a child, on this body. Or after say 5 years, which one is your body? So body will change, right? And your perception also will change. Now you are thinking that, oh, other people are there. But if you think deeply, this perception that other people are there, this is also in your mind. Like dream world is in your mind, similarly this world also in your mind. And perception that others are looking at it, this is also in your mind. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. You're nice. Yeah. No, this requires Shraddha. You know? Shraddha, and also this questioning also should be there. We also used to ask lots of questions. That's why manana is very important. So you have to concentrate in your studies. Don't think examiners are also in my conception. Your imagination. Yes, your imagination, but you have to appear in your exams, and you have to pass in getting flying colors. Okay, because that is this. When you are seeing this world, you cannot deny. If you going uh, by a road, and if you see a truck is coming, well, I am the same as truck is, then you are in trouble. Our body will be in trouble. You are with the same. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tatsat Sri Ramakrishnaarpanamastu. And this is called Manana, and this Prashna, this question is very important. Doubts will come, and doubts are to be removed. Then only one will be established in this. Very good. Akshay, very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pranam Maharaj.
Namaste, namaste. Namaste to all.
Thanks, Swamiji.
Thank you.